Howdy, boys, girls, cats, and squirrels, SoCloseToast here. Welcome to the YouTube channel. Welcome back, and thank you guys so much for tuning in. Today, we're getting into something a little bit different. We're not known here for politics or getting political in any stretch of the imagination, but it's hard to ignore this guy, this other bald guy on the internet named Andrew Tate. I've been meaning to check out this Vice documentary that for some reason Andrew Tate allowed them into his house and to see how he runs his business and ask him questions about some of the very controversial things that he's said online. I know he said a lot of misogynistic stuff about women, and you know, I'll put this right out here. I'm a little bit biased towards women. When I was younger, my dad passed and women raised me to be an adult and to be the man I am today. Like at first, I would hear the things he said and I thought it was just a character he was building up and kind of just being edgy, because being a YouTuber, especially back in the day, to stand out, you had to have a bit of a shock factor and edge. And Andrew Tate brings that edge. So, ladies and gentlemen, with all that said, it's a long documentary. Grab some snacks, let's sit back, relax, and check out the dangerous rise of Andrew Tate.
Do you ever wonder why some people who you've never heard of before all of a sudden appear everywhere?
Andrew Tate!
Oh yeah, I forgot.
Andrew
like
Tate is an
or
Anglo-American kickboxer turned influencer whose extreme misogynist videos have helped make him the most viral man in the world.
Bang out the machete, boom in her face, and grip her up by the neck. Like, shut up, bitch!
On December 29th, he and his brother were arrested by Romanian police as part of a rape and human trafficking investigation.
The Matrix has attacked me.
A few months before their arrest, I was in Romania trying to get access to their so-called secret society, the War Room.
The War Room is the most powerful network on the face of the planet today.
Andrew Tate!
To get inside, I had agreed to endure a professional cage fight in Romania.
I know he's gonna lose, but wow, he's actually in there.
Along with 100 Tate superfans.
We shouldn't be slaves, we shouldn't be working 9-to-5 jobs.
I need to grow, I need to get better, I need to evolve.
I'm not tough on myself. Nobody else will be. That's what I learned from Andrew Tate.
This shiny hole. Hold on to it.
What I found out
My plan was to sow anarchy.
is that this recent arrest appears to be just the tip of the iceberg.
This is definitely a hit piece.
I don't care!
The real story
We clearly conquered the internet.
began years ago.
There's not a single female complaining.
Do you think there's not a single female complaining?
Have you seen one? Tell me.
My ex-boyfriend was
I know of at
radicalized
least
by
6.
Andrew Tate. He was sweet and I guess vulnerable to being brainwashed by Andrew Tate and his cult.
People don't know what he's done.
Dangerous man.
If you haven't heard of Andrew Tate yet, it's only a matter of time before he pops up on your newsfeed. His videos have been viewed over 11 billion times, and in July he was more Googled than Kim Kardashian.
The most I found about Andrew Tate is I heard one bad thing. I was like, yo, this dude gives bald guys a bad name. And I posted that, and then all these people started commenting and letting me know who he was, and other people were supporting him and saying he's not that bad of a guy. I don't know. He's a very divisive character, though. That's for sure.
And Donald Trump. He's been called the king of toxic masculinity.
He has said that rape victims should, quote, bear responsibility for being raped.
We're about to enter his compound in Romania, which was raided earlier this year as part of the rape and human trafficking investigation that led to his arrest in 2022.
Is that true
that
she
stripper pole?
sequestered an American girl?
She's not even pretty. This girl's average. She's ugly. I don't have time for this bullshit.
What about the rape accusation?
That's not true at all.
He's just so, like, blasé about it. Uh-oh.
Hello.
He's got
Is this
security.
Andrew Tate's house? I'm Matt.
Okay.
The guy's
Hey, hello.
Just a second to have a confirmation from Mr. Tate.
Okay, cool. Yeah, you just let me know
surprised they don't have,
when
like,
we're
little
allowed.
earpieces.
Okay.
Yeah?
Yes.
Thank you.
Welcome.
Hello, hello.
Good to see you.
This place is giant.
Yeah, I can give you a quick tour. I can't show
Okay.
you a lot of it. A lot of it's like off limits, but I can show you some of
Okay.
it.
He's
See,
so
come
happy
by
to,
in.
like, show off. You know? Oh, he's
Somehow
such a
scary you are.
scumbag.
Is this the normal level of security you have for your house every day, or is this just for
That
us?
guy's a
It's the normal level of
007
security I have at my
shirt.
house every day. I'm prepared for all eventualities.
It does seem like
it's better
a
to be paranoid.
007
I kinda like
villain
cars.
compound.
I
He's
can
got
tell,
a
yeah.
cannon.
This door leads to. I can't take you in there. That's classified. Up on there, I can't take you in there either. It's classified. You do know if you go to any off-limit areas like security, you're going to intercept. So when I point classified, I'm basically saying don't make them put a gun in your face.
Got it.
TV, which I never watch. World title belts. I was 4-time kickboxing world champion.
And what's this painting over here?
That's my brother.
Who else lives here? Is it just you?
No, I live here with my brother. I think you get the best version of yourself if you live with other competitive men. I don't have loser friends. I like sitting down with people and discussing how we can make money from the conflict in
Ukraine. The only person he can
enjoy.
trust. You know, that says a lot about somebody.
I want to talk about TV.
This guy doesn't have any friends.
Interesting. Okay, cool. Hi, by the way, sorry to interrupt. I'm Matt.
Georgia.
Georgia, good to meet you. What are you up to, Georgia?
Working.
Working.
Okay.
This is
The woman I'm trying to speak
looking
to,
like
Georgiana
a lot of work
would
going
also
on.
later be arrested with Tate in December,
Georgiana, 2 coffees, please.
accused of assisting him in his human trafficking operation.
Oh, this poor woman.
Hey, how's it going? Hi. Hey, how are you? What are these guys up to?
Conquering the world, my friend.
Through what means?
Wait,
I run Hustlers
conquering
University.
the
Trafficking
world?
operation.
Hold up.
Hey, how's it going? Hi.
How we
Hey, how are you?
conquering the world?
What are these guys up
Wait. Just Discord. We got Twitter, his website, Bloomberg. Some merch in the back. What is going on? Andrew's probably like, yo, pull up some apps. We got to get some apps going. We got to make it look like we're really working. This is just a Discord mod.
Conquering the world, my friend.
Through what means?
I run Hustlers University, which is now currently the biggest online educational platform in the world. We've grown extremely fast. We have 110,000 students inside of a year.
Hustlers University. Hustlers University. Hustlers University.
They're all getting hustled.
Andrew
It's so
Tate's
ironic.
online Hustlers University promises to teach his millions of followers the secrets of modern wealth creation, from crypto trading to drop shipping.
No big deal, just the biggest online school in history.
Is this a sharp sword or is it kind of a decorative sword?
His whole aura, dude, is just douche.
I did a
I
Tate
am a
speech
douche.
about why I have this sword. A Tate speech is like my YouTube channel, Tate Speech.
Yeah.
And I talked about how the #1 problem with the world is that not enough men walk around their houses with swords.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's up there for sure.
Because if more men walked around their houses with swords, so many of the world's issues could be fixed. You have to
Actually
extrapolate
not.
it.
Okay.
For example, so the woman panics, she sees something on TV, the man comes home, she's like, oh, we gotta start wearing a mask, da-da-da. If the man walked around with a sword, and she's like, put a mask on, he'd be like, I'm brave, I don't need a mask, I'm a commander. Fuck you. It's just a symbol of empowerment.
Yeah, a symbol.
You got your sword, your white.
There's no way Andrew Tate knows how to use that sword. If a dude comes in ready to rob, no way Andrew Tate is gonna be able to swing that sword around because that guy's coming in blasting.
Wife starts talking.
That sword
like,
isn't gonna mean nothing.
Shut up. I decide what I do. Be quiet. Cook.
Andrew's unashamed, misogynistic, and violent views so far seem to match
I
his
hate
YouTube
that.
persona. But to find out how he's translated those into viral fame, I accept an invite onto the Tate Brothers podcast, Emergency Meeting, which is also a chance to get acquainted with his brother Tristan.
Oh, we get to meet the bro.
Welcome to Emergency Meeting, episode 13.
Low
we have
bro
a special
or
guest.
older bro?
Matt
Who's
Shea,
older?
who is internationally renowned and respected. He's a folk singer, and he's going to sing us a song.
Andrew's invited his mate on our show without my consent. I'm just going to have to bite my tongue and listen to you guys talk most of this emergency meeting. Otherwise, I'm going to walk off.
These guys are
Matt,
so
can you introduce yourself, tell them
dramatic.
about your singing career, tell them where you're from, etc.
Yeah, so I'm actually not a folk singer at all in
What?
the slightest. No, sorry.
What?
Are you calling my brother a liar?
You
In
lied
this
to
case,
me.
yes.
Let me ask you a question. Have you ever seen the clown that hides from gay people?
Have
you seen
No, I haven't seen
You
the
haven't?
clown that hides the gay
So
people.
you've never seen him?
No. Is he here somewhere?
Strange. Well, yeah, he's right here. I see him.
What
I
a
see
weird
him.
thing. Like, they bring this dude on the podcast and just start kind of roasting and setting him up.
All right, let's be nice to our vice friend. So let me be nice to him before he does a hit piece.
This is definitely a hit piece. I've warned my brother that this is a setup, and this is what everyone in the
I
chat is
don't care.
Yeah, Andrew
He
Tate
clearly conquered
sets
the internet.
himself
Clearly
up. He
unstoppable. I'm like
self-reports
the
him.
board.
Even
By the way, now that I've gotten a look at his brother a little bit closer here, is this hair real?
the liberal news media to come
They
talk
can
about our
all
lives.
come. Just because I'm wearing a gun, I'm violent.
He's
Is
barely
that how
wearing
it is? Just because I'm
anything.
Nigel of the table and I'm a kickboxing world champion, I'm violent.
If you are wearing a gun and you have knives, that does make you a little bit violent.
It makes no, it doesn't. No, it doesn't.
Makes me security aware.
I don't
Said
want
it.
to
Sing a
song. Sing like you promised.
It's
If
a
you
setup.
think I won't kick Vice out of my house, I
A
think.
few more minutes, or
No,
we
what's
done
the
with
point
it?
of
you
all
can
the
sing
knives
now,
around?
or you're off the pod.
It's just an
During an ad
image.
break, Andrew breaks character.
30-second break. Chatting shit. Another 5 minutes and we'll get you out of here. You can talk shit back. You can annoy us if you want.
Don't worry, no, I know. I'm just not very good at it. I'm not very good at talking shit.
We've had a long career. We have to do our normal broadcast.
Okay.
Kick him off the pod. Cool, man. Have fun, guys, yeah?
I don't know.
Bro, this is going to be the worst documentary about us.
What they gonna say?
His brother's kind of smart, because he's not wrong.
He has lots of cars and money. All the women love him. He's sexist. Oh no, please don't put that on the internet. Who cares, right? Whatever.
Who cares?
Within minutes of being on their show,
This is
the Tate
aging
content machine
like
snaps
milk.
into action. Oh yeah. Wow. Already.
You promised to sing to me. If you think I won't kick Vice out of my house, you can sing now or you're off the phone.
Tate brothers embarrass Vice reporter.
Actually, I take that back. I want to make sure that my army's fighting, ethically and following the...
18,000 likes, 246 comments, 66 reshares. Oh, I accidentally liked it. Let's see what people are saying.
For You page is screwed
Tate
now.
win, as always. I'm impressed how easily he runs over
Yeah,
weak
I
men's
was
arguments.
seeing those comments too when I just said my bald comment.
It isn't Tate posting all these
People
videos.
don't see
so
everything.
who are all these
They don't see
people?
the big picture.
Tate Brothers Embarrass Vice Reporter was posted by a fan account that has 58,000 followers and 3.9 million likes, and is just posting
pumping
loads
it out.
of videos
Pump that
every single
content.
day. Right in the description of his account, it says,
Quantity,
looking
not
to level up
quality.
your life, start here. It's a sign-up link to the Hustlers University. Another account. And again, a link to the Hustlers University. He's got a clever formula here. It turns out a big part of Hustlers University is an affiliate marketing scheme where boys as young as 13 are instructed to share controversial videos of Andrew with links to the Hustlers University underneath. If someone signs up through your link, you get 48% of their subscription fee. By financially incentivizing 110,000 students to share his content online, Andrew has essentially built an army to make him rich and famous in a very short space of time.
Yeah.
And he's
and guess what? That's very triangular-esque, might I add.
tactically avoiding the impact of social media bans because it isn't Andrew himself posting, it's his legion of fans.
All I'm doing is saying that the shit that everyone thinks isn't allowed to say.
You're just saying
that's the
crazy
reason I'm
things,
big on
man.
it.
If it's controversial enough, people will share it, and the comments come in, people complain, and then that helps the algorithm.
I'm starting to wonder whether he's just a living meme.
You're a loser because
That's
your
what I
mentality
thought
is
at
loser-ish.
first.
Some kind of viral marketing campaign to swindle money from confused young men.
You never had the life I had, ever.
Or if he really believes what he says.
All I am offering is the truth.
Oh, gosh. Oh, man, he really went for the whole meme of the Matrix.
Andrew first appeared on our screens as a reality TV star.
I've never been in a situation in my life so far.
Oh!
In my 21 years where I really want
Small
something to do.
Tate with hair.
He had found an arena where controversial
Tate.
personalities thrive.
I have to manipulate a lot of people to win.
But something happened when Andrew was on
Why
Big
does he want to
Brother,
control everyone?
one of the biggest reality TV shows of all time.
This is Big Brother. Due to events in the outside world, Andrew has had to leave the Big Brother house.
He was reportedly removed from the program when a video surfaced of him slapping his ex-girlfriend and then beating her with a belt.
Bitch. I didn't say the word listen. Did I say listen? Did I say listen? No. Did I say it?
Public outrage simmered down after Andrew released a video of his ex, claiming it was all part of a so-called kinky game.
Andrew released the video? Andrew released the video. Just point that out. See, it's on his... Wait, you can't see. I'm blocking it. Hold on. Just for the proof, it's posted on his Facebook, so he has control of it.
Your game is just what we used to do.
Of course.
But what the
Blink
public
twice
didn't
if you're
know,
being held
and what we
hostage,
can now
lady.
reveal, is that around the time that Andrew was playing Truth or Dare in the Big Brother pool, the UK police had informed the production company that he was under investigation for 2 incidents involving other women.
So the police know.
One of rape.
This is 2016.
And a further of physical assault.
Wait. This is 2016.
In
What?
May 2021, Tate
happened
made
from then
reference
to
to his
now?
arrest
Why
in an
weren't the
appearance on the Fresh and Fit podcast.
I was like, who are you? And they're like, you're under arrest for a suspicion of assault of this dumb hoe. And I'm like,
Wait, this is dumb hoe?
they didn't, but I'm going to protect her anonymity because I'm a nice guy. Dumb hoe.
During this same period, the Tate
degrading a woman, it's this theme for him. It's like the highest of the totem pole. That's like the first thing he goes to. What happened to him? You know, a psychologist has probably broken down Andrew Tate somewhere on a YouTube video. What has happened to this dude?
brothers were recruiting women for a webcam sex business and creating the first of their many online courses teaching other men how to do the same.
To be a pimp?
I am her everything. It doesn't matter if I fuck someone else, because I'm her everything. She has nowhere else to go.
It was called the Tate PhD, or Pimping Hoes degree.
She was a fucking hoe, and I spotted it instantly because she didn't humble herself when she was supposed to.
Kind of
and I'm
clever,
glad I didn't waste
but
any more time on her, because she's never going to be doing like my other girls do, living in my house, letting me fuck other women, remaining loyal, and fucking bringing me coffees and doing as I say.
Andrew has closed down the Pimping Hoes degree to focus on the Hustlers University.
Luke, your screen's compromised, yeah? So keep it super fucking vanilla.
But with a historic rape allegation in the UK, and the Romanian police now looking into him for rape and human trafficking, I want to find out more about his methods of recruiting women.
Sounds like I know what I'm doing. I'm playing chess. This is...
Did you at one point say that the girls who started as your girlfriends and then worked for the webcam industry, 100% of the profit goes to you?
I think in a lot of households in the world today, the man is in charge of the investments. I think that's not an uncommon thing. Tell me a view I have that you think is genuine.
I mean, that's like an old traditional thought. I was kind of raised in that way. Definitely don't care if a woman makes more money and is the breadwinner and everybody in the party, everybody in the family is okay with the situation, then who cares?
The man is in charge of the investments. I think that's not an uncommon thing.
If that
Tell
is the
me
situation
a view I
and
have
everybody's
that you think
okay
is
with it, then
genuinely
who
insulting
cares?
or destructive to society. I'd like to hear it.
You prefer younger women who are 18 or 19 because you can leave an imprint on them?
No, when I say leave an imprint, I mean that.
Top G. Top groomer over here.
I understand what you're trying to say. You're trying to say that, like, if I get her, I can brainwash her. I'm not trying to say that. If you meet a girl who's 22 and you're her second boyfriend, she's probably like a nicer person, less jaded, less upset, less suspicious.
So you like to be in a position of power?
It's not being in a position of power. It's about, I enjoy to show her amazing things. You're trying to attach things to the situation which aren't true.
5 years ago, you said rape is a terrible thing, but if you put yourself in a position to be raped, then you should bear some responsibility for that.
Okay,
Damn,
so
he's
first,
asking some
we agree that rape is a terrible thing. The point I'm trying to make is the best way to prevent yourself from being raped is to have a degree of personal responsibility and not put yourself in positions to be raped, as opposed to standing there saying that rape shouldn't happen because, or men raise our boys better. You know what else shouldn't happen? Robbery. I want the freedom to walk down the road with $1 million in cash.
Is it fair to compare the desire to walk around with $1 million in cash to someone wanting to just walk around their own city at night?
Venn diagram overlap on that
one.
Well,
female beauty is extremely valuable.
Of course, female beauty is extremely valuable in the eyes of men who seek to exploit it.
The judge. I'm just thinking about the judge.
Having sex with beautiful women. I fuck them
in the
so
case
they
is
listen
just gonna be like,
so
dude,
I can get what I actually want, which is not them. It's a means to an end. Every single Bond girl was exploited. That's exactly what
James
I do.
Bond. It's a theme.
Have
He
you
thinks
heard
he's
the
like a James
term
Bond
lover
villain or
boy
something.
before?
The lover boy method?
Yeah,
Does he think he's
romantically
James Bond?
involving yourself with a woman and then making money off of her in some sort of sex-adjacent industry.
He's Dr.
Firstly, I would call the
Evil,
webcam
actually.
industry far closer to psychology than sex. The webcam industry has prevented more male suicide than any group of therapists, any action group, any charity ever would, right?
Is that true? How can you measure that?
Well, it's not about measuring, it's about my personal experience.
One of the concerns that people have about that lover boy method.
He's using some crazy mental gymnastics to get to his points to make them sound like they make sense, but wow. I don't know, man. Yeah, maybe guys are a little bit less lonely if they can have this kind of parasocial relationship with a streamer, then they won't commit suicide or do something harmful.
Let me correct
the way that he
is that it's similar to, or people might consider that a form of grooming.
Okay, so I'm a professional, so I have to I have to change what you just said. I have to at least challenge you on it. Nobody's concerned about anything that happened 10 years ago when a bunch of girls got rich. There's not a single female complaining.
Do you think there's not a single female complaining?
Have you seen one? Tell me.
Andrew says no woman has complained about him personally, He won't let us speak
At
to the women who work for him,
least.
so for now it's difficult to verify this claim. But I have spoken to many women who complain about the effect Andrew's rhetoric is having on their lives. To protect them from harassment, I've agreed not to name them.
My ex-boyfriend was radicalized by Andrew Tate to the point of threatening to release revenge porn unless I took back what I said on social media against his sexist, misogynistic views.
It's like a virus, the things that he's spreading. The scariest thing is, I have no idea if the next guy I meet could be an Andrew Tate fan.
As a teacher,
That's
it's
scary
definitely
to think
worrisome.
about.
There are boys who look up to him, especially those that are maybe vulnerable.
It's no longer who's your favorite sports team, favorite politician, what side do you on? Nah, it's like, are you a fan of Andrew Tate or not?
Or when they're sort of going to go into the real world, carrying those violent views with them.
I'm 14. The boys at school my age think that it's okay to say horrible things like women are men's property and they get to do what they want with them. Makes me really disappointed in my generation.
Andrew's views represent a new era in modern misogyny,
Start talking to some bitches. Say, me and my man are gonna fuck you.
where you can now not only talk openly about subjugating and objectifying women, but doing so actually garners millions of committed fans.
Sword, dude.
They don't believe the level that you can operate at when you're actually a G.
The most hardcore of them have traveled here to Romania to join the War Room.
The War Room is a fraternity. We're a brotherhood which is designed to
Did I see
inspire
the price
best
that I
lovers.
saw?
They have to have the mentality and the pedigree to survive. There's tests, and if you do them, you can stay inside.
Andrew Tate.
At the top of Andrew's fraternity is a small group of wealthy and powerful men who all stand to gain significantly from the expansion of his empire. This inner circle is not happy that I'm here. After our testy exchange this morning, Andrew invites me to watch him train.
Have you ever boxed before?
No. But it turns out he's planning on teaching me a lesson.
Who's got spare gloves?
There you go. I appear to have unintentionally walked into a situation where Andrew Tate is going to train me how to box.
Punch me.
Jeez, this journalist is getting himself into something.
Punch me. Knock out. Oh, look, you're bleeding already. It's only round one. We've only warmed up.
Sounds like a bully, dude.
No fucking way.
Like, maybe that's it. He just got bullied so much as a kid that now he just bullies everybody else and makes them feel bad about themselves so that they want what he has and they think that that is success.
I meet and get punched in the face by the inner circle of
All
the
the stuff
War Room.
Andrew Tate has, it's all possessions.
In the
man.
world Andrew is creating,
that's
not
not
only
success.
are women to be subjugated,
Sorry, that almost felt like I got knocked out.
but men defined by their capacity to inflict violence.
Okay. Tap out.
You stopped. You were like, all right, pause, time out. Like, if that were having a street fight, would someone stop? No, so
No.
that's your reaction. I need to fight back.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yeah. Yes, you.
Yeah, unless they have a gun. Then it
The
doesn't
War Room is a
matter.
network. We have 10 meetings a year. The next one's going to be in the mountains of Transylvania.
Wow.
You could do it, but I don't know, my friend, if you're prepared.
We've left Bucharest and we're driving into the Carpathian Mountains to meet Andrew and his inner circle for the War Room, which is going to involve something called the test.
I've made it into Andrew Tate's War Room, where 100 of his biggest fans have flown in from all across the world, each paying $5,000 to have their manhood tested by the one they refer to as Commander. None of us know
These
what he
people
has in
fascinate me
store.
more than anything.
I welcome you all to the test.
That come to
There is
these
a
things.
cage fighting event.
What's wrong?
And every single one of you has been paired against a professional fighter. You will fight in the cage on national television, and it's a real fight. There are two paths you can go down. You can agree to fight, or you can decide that it's not for you. You have 1 hour to think and make a decision.
Some of those dudes in that room do not look like fighters.
That's going to be a hard no from me. Maybe I'll do
Yeah,
yes.
let me pay
just to
$5,000 to get
learn a
punched
little
in
bit
the
more of
face.
what
Let's
happens,
go.
and then definitely pull out at some point.
Does anyone have any questions to ask me? There's no training before this fight. If you've been walking through life too lazy to fucking train, is that your problem or my problem?
I couldn't help overhearing some disagreement within the War Room.
I think he wants to talk to you, wink, wink. What the hell are you doing? What's
It's gonna be fine, bro. We have an ambulance, we have medics. Nobody fucking knocked out. Don't worry about it.
At the center of it all was Andrew's right-hand man, Iggy Semmelweis.
Who is this guy?
Here I will share with you my secrets.
He's the self-proclaimed greatest hypnotist in the world.
You will learn the power of hypnosis.
And seemed to have an agenda that expanded beyond the war room itself into something larger and darker.
He does look like a snake
Your
oil
sons will marry
salesman,
their
that's for
daughters.
sure.
Your daughters will marry their sons. You will create legacies.
Whoa.
Enjoying those.
Something larger
heck did I
and
just
darker.
hear?
Your sons will marry their daughters. Your daughters will marry their sons. You will create legacies. Enjoying those juicy steaks, that finer scotch, those smoother cigars.
He refused to speak to us, but it's clear that he has a big role to play in whatever the war
wild
room's
shit
real
like that.
agenda
What
is.
the hell?
This is the war room of Andrew Tate.
Welcome to the test.
Now is decision time. You are getting in the cage to fight a professional fighter who is trained to hurt you.
Right.
Anyone who is fighting, please stand up. Anyone who is not fighting, you can stay seated, and we will begin the other program.
Just like that,
I'm still trying to figure out the wizard dude.
decides to get beaten up for Andrew Tate.
What happens to the people who said no?
They're doing something.
You know what I'm also noticing? A lot of parallels between like medieval times. Those already exist in like a strip mall near you.
Slightly different, describing the reasons they didn't do it, how that affects their life as a whole, whether they're gonna make any changes in the future to be more ready for opportunities. That's where honor comes from, right? From victory.
One of the men who said
He's
no
just putting 'em all
agrees to
down.
speak to us as long as we hide his face.
Why did you say no?
For $5
I
grand, by
have
the
been
way.
in the ring before, but just sparring. But I was like, fuck, professionals and Russians, like they guys are serious. I was just too scared. So then afterwards, I felt bad about myself, and I was angry at myself. Because I came here to be tested.
Andrew Tate has obviously said a lot of
Yeah,
kind of
but your
controversial
health
things
insurance
online.
is thanking
What do you think
you.
about that?
A lot of things are very controversial.
What are they signing?
But I think the
Oh, just
bottom
a
of this
blank
message
sheet?
is a very, very positive one.
That's
Because
the
I'm
waiver
not
if
helping
we get
myself. Nobody else will
broken
be.
bones.
Nobody really cares about me if I don't care about me, right? That's what I learned from Andrew Tate.
People who decided this morning and people who decided at a later date here.
Yeah, but you can get that anywhere else. You don't have to get
We've
that
been
from Andrew
told that
Tate.
we're not allowed to talk to anyone. What about in passing, asking people like, what single question?
Let me run this by tape before we film. No other comment.
Okay, all right. Would you be up for that?
Like some of the ideas that these guys follow are sound ideas. That's sound advice that guy was talking about. But a fortune cookie could come up with some of that advice than $5 grand, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Our chaperone vets who we speak to and tries to heavily control our questions.
Of course.
What do you do?
Show that you're not some sort of right-wing extremist force.
Why did you join the war room?
I don't want to be fucking stagnant. I need to grow. It's just a fundamental shift in my mindset. What I think could be bad is always good. Before the war room, I used to think, why is this happening to me? Now, what is this trying to like teach me?
About Andrew Tate specifically and the things he says online, the things that get him negative publicity. What do you think about those things?
I think he's speaking the truth.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, man. I did not think
Interviewing
that guy
under the
was going to say
chaperone's
that.
supervision is proving restrictive.
Plus, do you see the snake in his logo? Like, come on. Can it be any more in front of your face?
Yeah?
No alpha craziness. He's he's an animal, this one.
So we can't speak to anyone?
Okay.
An animal?
Who is this mysterious chaperone anyway?
Hey, man.
Matt, how are you?
Good. How are you?
Good, man.
That guy looks successful.
Yeah?
Suits me, man.
Checks his watch, make sure
Like
he's got
most
time.
war room leaders, he has a sports car.
Do you want to do the interview in here?
Yeah, I don't see why not, man.
And like most people with a sports car, he's keen to show it off.
So, what do they call you?
In these circles, sartorial or the sartorial shooter. I'm one of the guys who manages organizational risk and security for the war room. So anyone with any criminal activity, maybe they are showing signs of being racist or sexist or any of these sorts of things, they're out straight away. We will not tolerate that.
And so how do you reconcile that with some of the things that Andrew, for example, says online?
Any claims of misogyny or the fact that he's, spreading hateful words, that's not the reality of who he is, and that's not what the war room stands for, and that's not what he stands for. There are many clips of him out there saying, I'm not a misogynist, I provide for my women, I would stand up for my women in a violent situation.
What do you think his detractors would say about, for example, what you just said, the phrase, my woman? Do you think that they would consider that to be misogynist?
The phrase, my woman, for me, ties into the very traditional values that we have.
Andrew's well known for talking a lot about his multiple girlfriends.
How does that tie into this idea of a traditional relationship?
Men at certain levels can provide for multiple women. And even we can go back 100 years ago, kings, you know, wealthy men, they would support
medieval
multiple
times,
families.
maybe?
How is
Possibly
that a bad
go
thing?
back to the
It's
medieval
only very
times?
recently that men and women have been competing in pretty much in masculine realms, in work, in career. Not that long ago, and indeed in many cultures around the world, women still have the traditional gender norms. And we believe in the war room, that's what leads to happiness.
Rather than a career or, like you have, you know, your own agency in the world to pursue your own goals.
The women who I know who are most fulfilled in life are not trying to do the things that traditionally men used to do.
What about a situation where, this has just popped into my head, where I want my girlfriend, who I love, to be a kept woman, but she doesn't, she wants to pursue a career or something like that?
Then find a different woman. Very simple.
Interesting.
The core belief drives...
That's interesting. That was like a good interview. You got, I think, a little bit more out of that guy than he did Andrew Tate at the chess table.
The women who I know who are most fulfilled in life are not trying to do the things that traditionally men used to do.
This is like completely opposite of my world. Like, I know so many successful women, they're fine with their spouses, with their significant others, and everything is easy peasy, and it's great. It's like just a different perspective, and these people cannot see it.
A situation where, this has just popped into my head, where I want my girlfriend, who I love, to be a kept woman, but she doesn't, she wants to pursue a career or something like that.
Then find a different woman. Very simple.
And why wouldn't you want a woman that is hungry to challenge herself? If she's growing and if she's happy and doing things for herself, then in return, you guys are like a team together, you know, in a relationship. This is how I just kind of see it. You're both growing each other's goals together as a team. That's what really bonds you together. The ups and downs, the trials and tribulations of those challenges that you're going through by yourself, and that you have each other. Am I crazy for thinking that? Why can't these guys think of that?
And what men here are seeking is a misogynist fantasy of a time when they were kings and women were subjugated. It's at the heart of what Andrew Tate is selling. Just look at the tweets of Iggy Semmelweis, his second in command.
This guy freaks me out. I don't know why.
My webcam girl is home 100% of the time, has no time nor interest in going out. She sleeps, cooks, cleans, does her shows, gives me all the money, gets railed by me and our girlfriends, then smiles, thanks me, and goes and does it again tomorrow. Welcome to the War Room.
This is the War Room of Andrew.
That is a weird flex.
Now, it's quite possible
Hashtag
this next story has
weird
passed
flex.
some of you by, but you would be in a minority.
As the War Room members and I are bussed to the fight location, the world begins to talk about Andrew Tate with a new intensity.
He is a 35-year-old influencer who's been accused of spreading rape
openly
culture.
condones and celebrates violence against women.
Hitting women. Kids are acting like the things that he's saying is like revolutionary.
11-year-old boys, they love
Please
Andrew
stop
Tate.
looking up to Andrew Tate. He is a bad guy.
With the PR crisis going on, Andrew's team are eager for some good press, so they send an extra-friendly chaperone to sell me on the benefits of the War Room experience.
I'm Alpha Wolf.
Okay.
Oh, no.
My role is to be Alpha Wolf.
Okay, fair enough.
Life is all about how you deal with the pain and how you move forward. You're gonna learn a lot about yourself as a man, so take it, make the best out of it, and grow as a man and be tough.
All of the men in this
I don't
room...
see any men in this video, dude. Probably gonna stir up the comments, but like, yo, these guys are not men. That 5K that you just gave to Andrew Tate, I don't know, maybe could have support your family.
Seem to be taking
Pay
this
some
incredibly
bills.
seriously.
What's your goal for the fight?
Of course, I'm gonna try to win.
I see a lot of contenders right there who had the guts to come right here in the cage. If any one of them win one fight, is gonna win all their money, all their girls.
This is the culmination of Andrew Tate's pressure cooker of male insecurity.
You're a fucking broke. You are poor. I'm the only guy on this fucking platform flying around in private jets with 27 cars.
sign
living
me
this
up.
lifestyle. Most of you are not too stupid to become
He's
rich.
just talking shit to you the whole time. You're horrible. You're not like me. You'll never be me.
But while they come forward to gratefully take the beatings they've paid thousands of dollars for,
You're here to lose a little bit of blood.
Andrew Tate's future on social media
that
is
guy was
hanging in the
getting
balance.
lit up.
And the public backlash is spreading.
The storm
I'm
is
desperate
coming.
to ask him about all of this, But first, I have to get through this ridiculous situation that I've found myself
Gotta
in.
protect yourself, man. Protect them.
All right, let's go.
Give it up for man. Did I say it right?
Very excited for it. Now, as soon as the bell
I give this guy so much props and respect for getting in there, man. Like, for the content.
Whatever's going on behind the scenes, watching me get chased around puts a smile on Andrew's face.
Look at that! What a psycho!
Get stripped to the ground. And there's going to be a ground and pound finish. No, but that is it. The referee calls it. Hold on, man. He was unable to defend himself. I hated these guys when they turned up. I almost punched Matt myself when he was in my house. You know what?
And Andrew Tate's just doubling down on being a bully. Wow. I hope they paid him extra to just get beat
Those who
up.
went all in on their fight came out badly.
What?
One man was knocked out and taken away on a stretcher.
Wait, Andrew said no.
The inner circle had put these men through collective hardship.
How much is that
and
ambulance
recreated
ride,
them
dude?
in Andrew Tate's image.
Probably more than
Fighters.
5K.
Come here, guys. Come up to the front. He broke his hand on your head, and you're fine. So you win.
But they had also joined a movement that was widely
Cool, bro.
accused of normalizing sexism and rape culture.
Did he get that free shirt? Free t-shirt?
While the men who chose to fight are paraded in front of the crowd, Andrew's team shamed those who refused.
The shame you hold on to it. Don't let it go.
So anyone who fought, you can put your hand up, how the experience was, how it's going to change your life, and if you have anything to say to the people who
Kind of
didn't
like Fight Club.
I don't think I have any word of advice for the people that didn't do it, except that you should have probably.
Immediately, he went to check on me, and I'm thinking, I want to go train because I felt inadequate, right? So that's what I want to do.
Right now, I have new mountains to climb.
Whoa, that guy
and
got
I'd love to
butchered.
get back here a year from now and go to the gym of the guy who beat the shit out of me.
Didn't it feel like a movie the last few days? And I feel like that's a great metaphor for life. We shouldn't be slaves. We shouldn't be working 9-to-5 jobs. We should actually make our lives into, I guess, a movie.
Yikes. Man. He just has no idea, does he?
I want to be known as one of the best fathers in the war room.
Oh, no.
I can't look at my sons and tell them to suck it up, Buttercup.
Oh, no. His sons
If
are
I
doomed.
don't say yes to this.
Yeah, makes sense.
Of course.
Whether
Makes
or not
total
they
sense.
fought, all the men here paid $5,000 to the only real winner in this performance, Andrew Tate.
For the people who want to stay and
The guy on top of the pyramid.
there's some chicks, don't know where they're from. Yeah, let's have fun. I hope you all enjoyed it.
We're told not to film the celebrations that conclude the evening, and it's not clear
'Cause it's
exactly what
probably
goes
illegal.
on. But once outside the lobby, we could clearly see a room containing naked women being photographed. With Andrew's team increasingly conscious of negative publicity, tonight could be the last chance to interview him.
Do you consider the possibility that some of the things that you've said, which have been viewed 11 billion times, may lead to an attitude towards women that could be harmful?
I accept that across all of that viewership, I have perhaps, possibly, maybe said one thing, or maybe two, that has upset a large range of people.
Wouldn't it make sense to...
Okay, hold on. Is he actually kind of almost?
All of that viewership,
He's almost
I
there.
have perhaps, possibly, maybe said one thing, or maybe two, that has upset a
Just
large
say
range of
sorry,
people.
man. Wouldn't it make sense to just apologize for some of the things you've said, acknowledge that they have caused harm, and say that you won't say those things again?
No, and I'll tell you why. I'm not going to apologize for the edits of other people. I'm not going to apologize for the misunderstandings of other people. There's a whole bunch of clips people are making which make me look very bad.
Yeah,
That's
but
not good
there's
for my
also
life.
real life women accusing you.
That's not good for business.
The clips that portray you in a negative light also help the algorithm to make you become more famous and more viral.
I'm not an expert on algorithms for social media platforms. I do not have
he's
most of them
finally
installed on
not
my
an expert
phone.
in
I cannot
something.
control what a 15-year-old Singaporean decides to do when he chops me up and calls me names. I can't control that, and I wouldn't try to.
There has been a lot of bad press about you. That's made some nervousness within members of the war, and why is that?
Well, obviously, when people are going to continue to lie and continue to do very, very shallow very, very fictitious investigations, people are going to lose faith in you. The media has lost all credibility because you do not try and portray the truth anymore.
One thing that stands in the way of truth, for example, is when we often do documentaries, we have full access to speak to anyone we want. But in this documentary, we've been very closely watched by the sartorial shooter, Alpha Wolf, picking who we can speak to, you know, monitoring the interview. What is it that you're worried that we're going to find out?
These questions are so low.
This is low. It's low. We let you in. We tried to take care of you, and you're sitting here and just attacking us for 3 hours, bro.
The world is asking these questions, and the viewers will be asking these questions.
It's a consistent leading question, a consistent narrative. Where's the question about the good he's doing for men? Well, there's a very clear narrative. I need to leave.
I mean, he did interview people that said good things about him.
Days afterwards, Tate is banned from YouTube, TikTok, Facebook, and Instagram, to the protest of his fans.
They have shut us down. This is warfare against the West.
For a moment, it seems the deplatforming has worked. But then, he reappears on Instagram with an emoji covering his face.
You're lost. You understand you're living inside of a mechanism which is designed to control you, but you don't.
He moves to Dubai, converts to Islam, sets up a new bank entirely owned by him, and rebrands the Hustlers University as the real world.
Is that official?
In the first month after being deplatformed,
I hope
he made $11
MTV
million
sues him for that.
and got 250 million views on TikTok alone. Months later, Elon Musk reinstates his Twitter account and he gains 1 million followers in 24 hours.
I have no criminal charges. There's no charges at all against me. I have not hurt any women. No women are coming forward saying Andrew hit me. Zero.
Andrew
Why does he
maintains
say
that he
these
has
things
never
on
abused a
camera,
woman.
man?
But when we get back
self-reports.
from Romania, we finally managed to speak to some women from his past. Amelia began seeing Andrew in 2013. Due to fear of harassment from his fans, she is withholding her real name.
I always knew, even from back in the day, there was always things said bad about him. But when I'd seen him again in 2013, I thought, oh, all these rumours about him may be false because he's actually been really lovely. The first time I went around his house, because before it was like maybe 3-4 times we got on dates, we started to make out on the bed. Out of the blue, he literally just stopped what he was doing and just laid back. He said, I'm just contemplating whether I should rape you or not. And I promise you, within an instant, he changed. He just jumped straight on top of me, grabbed my throat, started suffocating me, strangling me. The more I didn't want to, it made him so much more aggressive to the point where he was pinning me down, hurting me. The things he was saying to me, he was like, who do you belong to? Who do you belong to? And the more I couldn't say it, the more he'd hurt me. So I couldn't see an escape.
Holy shit.
And at that point, I just gave up. I just gave up. And then when it stopped, he went to the bathroom and acted as if it was normal. So I'm like, maybe I did. Did I want it? Did I not? I definitely said to him, please don't, and he told me, shut the fuck up. Definitely got strangled. I definitely didn't want it. Did he think I wanted it? When you look back, the psychological warfare you have with yourself is like you couldn't even imagine. You wouldn't know, you wouldn't understand it unless you've been through it.
Try and justify why it happened in the first place.
Have you since come to terms with the notion that that may not have been consensual, that may have been...
I know for a fact it wasn't consensual.
But it's hard to use the word.
Even though I know technically it's true, that did happen, that is what happened to me, I still don't like vocalizing it.
I knew women that didn't like to say it, or, you know, just say molested would be easier, because it just seems like it's a little bit more softer than the R word, you know?
That is what happened to me. I still don't like...
You don't want to think it's real.
Amelia's method of coping with the alleged rapes
you can never
was to
imagine
pretend
that
to
it would
herself
happen to
that
you,
it was
you
a
know?
normal relationship.
The abuse wasn't consensual because he knew I didn't want it, which he confirms in multiple voice messages and texts to me.
Am I a bad person? Because the more you didn't like it, the more I enjoyed it. I fucking loved how much you hated it. Turned me on. Are you seriously so offended I strangled you a little bit? You didn't fucking pass out. And all the women I've ever slept with, not a single one has ever bitched or complained like you are bitching and complaining now.
Every few months, Andrew would send me on a different number messages to remind me of how dangerous he was.
I thought I'd remind you of the caliber of man I am. I am one of the most dangerous men on this planet.
Scare tactics to make sure I wouldn't go anywhere, go to the police, wouldn't report, would always be under
The
his
judge
control.
is going to
It was
be
always
loving
to remind me that he was there.
Holy smokes.
After 6 months, Amelia eventually left Andrew when she says she began to fear for her own life. In 2014, she also decided to report the incident to police, who logged it.
A year after, I got a phone call from a police officer from Hertfordshire Police. She said to me, "We have 2 other girls that have come forward and said the exact same thing as you. Would you please be willing to come onto this investigation to make this case stronger?" And without any hesitation, I said yes. And I thought, well, if there's 2 other girls, I'm not alone now. I'm not alone.
It also confirms that
One of
he's
those
a
women was
monster and
Sally.
he's done it
She
to
was
so
20
many.
when Andrew Tate approached her for webcam work. Due to fears of harassment from his fan base, she is also withholding her real name.
First night that I worked for him, Andrew bought me like 5 bottles of wine. So I got completely drunk because I'd never done webcam work. So I was very, very nervous. Then that night, we were just sitting on the bed and Andrew punched me in my arm. I went to the bathroom and cried. It really, really hurt to have someone just hit me in the arm for no reason. I was very confused. Sorry. Sorry, I don't want to cry.
It's okay.
Yeah. He's a man,
so
all
then when I
right.
came out of the bathroom, he was super, super nice. Like, from what I remember, Andrew didn't have any alcohol at all. It was literally just me. That night we cuddled and we ended up having sex and I was really, really drunk. That was my first night. Then it was kind of like every single night I would work.
Were there any other instances where there was physical abuse?
He used to strangle us as well. There was another time when he came into the bedroom, me and the other girl, we would sleep in the same bed with Andrew, but at this time the girl had a partner, so she was not interested in Andrew at all. And I had gone to the shower, I came back and I noticed he was, like, I saw him raping her. And,
This is tough to listen to.
when he threatened to beat me up in the bathroom and he said, "Oh, I don't give a fuck if you call the police, I'm gonna beat the shit out of you." That's kind of when I knew, I had to get out of there. I stopped working for Andrew.
Even with all this said too, like he said, you can go to the police and it won't even matter. Why is that a thing? Like, why is he saying that? Why do I feel like the police are a little bit at fault here and negligible to allow this to continue to happen?
About March,
Since
April time, and I went to
2016,
the police shortly after that.
From
Nothing
getting
was
kicked off
done,
of Big
really.
Brother.
The other girl that he had raped, she went to the police, and then that's when they arrested him and took him into custody for like 2 days. When Andrew was arrested, we were taken in for a proper interview, and it kind of just got left. I would send emails asking them to update, I'd hear nothing back.
When we reached out to Hertfordshire Police about this, they had this to say. We acknowledge that there were some delays to the investigation. This was addressed at the time and apologies were made. The decision to prosecute based on the police's evidence would be up to the Crown Prosecution Service.
Unfortunately, they turned around and just said, "Oh, we can't continue this case anymore. It's just insufficient evidence."
You witnessed the rape occurring. Did that not count as evidence for them?
No. They openly said it's really, really difficult to prove rape. very difficult.
The Crown Prosecution Service said, in this case, we carefully reviewed all the evidence provided by the police regarding each complainant and concluded it did not meet our legal test and there was no realistic prospect of a conviction.
What?
In the UK, only 1 in 100 reported rapes result in a charge, let alone a conviction.
God, that's horrible. Yeah, so
In a statement issued
and
via
I bet he knew that. I bet he knows that.
his lawyer in Romania, Tate denied the assault or rape. He said, "They wanted money because I fired them. The police understood after the investigation that I am innocent, and the police found messages from the girls' phones where they were talking between themselves and planning to lie about me." Sally said the CPS sent a letter saying that one of the reasons they didn't charge Tate was because they found voice notes on our phones where we talked about whether we should tell the police that he gave us alcohol. We were talking about it because that is what happened. He used to get us drunk.
They clearly didn't think a text from a man to a woman saying, "I love raping you. I know what I do to you is abusive and controlling." To CPS, apparently, that's not enough.
That's crazy. Yeah, you have literal
I did the bravest thing I think I ever done in my life, which was hell, 4 years of absolute hell, going through an investigation without anyone knowing, and basically to do it alone, was all a waste.
Despite repeated requests, Tate's lawyer did not provide a response to Amelia's allegations.
Of course.
The Romanian investigation into Andrew Tate and his brother finally led to an arrest on the 29th of December.
The Matrix has attacked me.
Police accused them of using the Loverboy method to traffic at least 6 women into a Romania-based webcam sex business. But we now know similar allegations have dogged Tate for years. His followers are obsessed with the idea that the Matrix is conspiring against him. But if anyone in this story is the victim of a conspiracy, is it the multi-millionaire
I wonder if they know that, like, the Matrix, the idea of the Matrix and all that, came from a human? They would be, therefore, controlled by humans? If you dig deep enough, none of this stuff makes any sense.
Celebrity?
The things that he follows, some of
Or
the
is it
things
the
he
women
says,
who claim they were abandoned by the system?
what system?
You know, you see all these young men talking about how he's such a great guy and
look like they're in
he's
middle
their
school.
idol and stuff, and that's so difficult to see. There are better role models out there. Don't be fooled by all the money and the nice cars and all the women. Working on yourself and becoming a better man and better mindset, yeah, but real men don't lay their hands on women.
Amen. Is that it? Damn. Wow, ladies and gentlemen. The dangerous rise of Andrew Tate. Man, some of those things he was saying just irked me. I don't know how else to say it. But ladies and gentlemen, this is where you guys come in. This is where I ask you in the comments down below, what do you think of all this? What do you think of Andrew Tate? What do you think of the people that follow him? All the women, all the victims? But ladies and gentlemen, this has definitely been an interesting video to watch. Something a little bit different than the norm. All right, y'all. I'll see you on the next one. Peace out. Shake 'em and pick 'em.